Hey you guys, it's Kat the Course Builder here. I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday, a great start to your week. I wanted to come in on Course Tech Tuesday and talk with a little tech with you guys. I'm not the most techie person in the world. However, I do love to use technology to help me to quickly put together my courses, and I wanted to talk to you all today about video. So you guys know already that video is really important, a really crucially important element to your course building, because your learners want to learn from you via video. Okay, now I'm not saying that video is the only way for you to communicate your message to your audience. It's not the only way to do that, but it's a great way to do that, because video allows your learners to really connect with you visually, as well as in an auditory way. At the same time, they want to be able to hear you and see you, whether they are cooking dinner or driving home from work, whatever it is. It gives them a great way to connect with you. So I wanted to talk a bit with you about video and how you can make sure that you are connecting with your audience in a way that that is going to resonate with them. And I wanted to give you all a few pointers and a few tips, okay? So especially those of you, hey Yassine, how are you? Nice to see you, love. How is it in Texas? So I wanted to talk with you guys about recording your video courses. How are you? How's the family? All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about this video thing. Okay. So for those of you all who are a little bit, awesome. So for those of you all who are a little bit hesitant and reticent about using video, I wanted to give you all just a few pointers and a few tips on that, because I know that actually recording on screen can be a little bit daunting. It can be a little bit intimidating, because you feel like you've just got to be perfect in all these areas, right? So it's got to look good, it's got to sound good, and all of that. And you know what? You're right. I'm not going to say that you're not right about that, right? Because when your learners are taking in your content and you're not there, so especially for like an online course or a membership site, if you are not there, then they've got to have a way to connect with you in a way that's not going to be distracting. So what do I mean by that, right? I mean that they don't want to see things in your background that's going to throw them off or turn them off. All right. So as you'll notice, so just like you see right here in this box that I'm in, you'll see that it's a very, very tight shot. So what do I mean by that? That means that there isn't a whole lot to distract you outside of where my hand is here or outside of where my hand is here. All right. So you're really kind of forced to just look at what I want you to see. All right. I don't want you going way over here. I don't want you looking way over there, because then that's going to get you distracted from listening to my content and what I'm sharing with you. Hi, Takia. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming in. All right, so we're talking video today, and I'm sharing with you all some tips on when you are creating your videos. You want to make sure, first of all, that your background is not too distracting. Now, if I were recording a video for my course, y'all see those flowers in the background? I probably would move those flowers a little bit to... what is that? The left or the right? I don't know. My left, your right. I don't know. I would probably move them a little bit, because I think it's distracting. I think that it looks like I've got flowers growing out of my head. You see that? You see how it looks like I've got flowers growing out of my head? So, so if I were using this background for a video, I would actually move these flowers. Okay. So maybe I'll move them a little over here, or maybe I'll even move them all the way over there and just kind of fill in the space. You all see that? All right. So I want you to pay particular attention to what's in your background, so that it's not distracting and weird for your learners. Okay. And little things like that can be very, very distracting. All right. So you want to make sure you're doing that. You see that I've got these books here in the background, right? So there's nothing wrong with having books in your background. That's actually a very, very common type of background that you see in online courses, membership sites, things like that. You will see books in the background. Again, what I want you to keep in mind is that you don't want your books or anything in your scenery or your background to be overly distracting. So, if you notice, I have some very benign books behind me, okay? So, if people are looking, you'll see that there's a literature book right there. There's a literature book right there. You'll see some other books, but you kind of can't see the titles, right? You might can see them a little bit, but I don't really want my audience looking at the title so much. I don't want there to be anything that is really distracting or controversial or anything that's going to take their mind and their eyes off of what I'm trying to teach them. Hey, BJ, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Welcome. Oh, the course crushers. Okay, so in your video, right, you're going to make sure that you are not doing anything distracting. Hey, that you don't have anything distracting in your background, that you don't have anything that is going to be overly dramatic in your background. Okay, so you see that I have a lot of neutral colors. You see that that there isn't much that's going to really distract your eye. So one other thing that you can do, I rarely ever pay attention to the background unless it's crazy blatant. Yeah, hey, Kelly. Yeah, and you know what, Kelly? That's the way it should be. That's just the way it should be. Your background should not be screaming at people. I'm nosy. I stay in the background looking at and you know what? That's true too. And that is why you want to make sure that your background is not too distracting or there isn't anything there that you don't want people to necessarily see. Okay. So those of you all who just came in, you'll see that I moved the flowers. Okay. So the flowers were over here. Here are the flowers. Okay. All right. So when I first came on, the flowers were here. Okay. So if I were using, this as my background for shooting a video, I would not have the flowers there. Okay. Because I was saying that the flowers look like they're growing out of my head. Do they not? I mean, really, the flowers look like they're growing out of my head. So it's a little distracting. Is it a hat? Is it a little hat? Is it a bush? I mean, what the world, right? So it's the same thing for you. Yeah, you would be staring at it the whole time, right? Like, seriously, what is that, right? Well, it's my flowers and they're quite distracting. So that's why I moved them over. All right. And so what I would end up doing is filling in that space right there. You were going to say that? I would be thinking about Dr. Seuss. Exactly. So you want your background to be just a complement to the actual visual. The other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is, and these are things that you might not really be thinking about. That's why I wanted to come into the Course Crush crew and make sure that I told you about these things. Okay. So you also want to make sure that you have some depth to your video. And what I mean by some depth to your video. So you notice how I'm sitting here, I'm sitting up front. So I'm fairly close to the video as opposed to being way back here where I might actually kind of fade into the background. Do you all see that? All right. So the further back I go, I'm kind of in the background. Okay. So if I come closer, all All right, you'll see that I actually have some depth to my video. So I've got the foreground, and if I go a little bit back, I've got the back of the chair here. And then if I go further back, you'll see I actually have the bookcase or the book stand behind me. And that gives a little bit of layering and a little bit of depth, and it just makes your video pop. Right? It just makes you pop on your video as opposed to you kind of sitting back and sort of blending into the background. Okay? Which leads me to talk about color. All right? I'm talking about color now in your video. Okay? I hope this is helpful for you guys. Listen, it's Course Tech Tuesday, so we are talking about video today. All right? We're talking about video today. And before we actually talk about the actual equipment that you're going to use, I wanted to talk with you about oh, good, BJ. I'm really glad this is helpful because I know that some of you all are recording your videos and that sort of thing. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on this to make sure everything is okie dokie. All right. So let's talk a little bit about color in your videos. So I like to see some complements of color and a pop of color, but not anything, again, that's going to be overly distracting. So you will see that I have excuse me, you guys. You'll see that I have a really tight shot on my background. Right? So I don't want anyone paying attention to anything over here. Hi, Florida. Hey, nice to see you. Okay, so you see that you cannot see what's over here, and you cannot see what's over here. You cannot see what's down below. All right, so you want to be really conscious of what is in your video shot. Hey there. All right, so we're talking about color and that pop of color. All right, so you'll notice that, okay, so for this, I have on a red shirt, but you'll notice that there isn't, that's like the brightest thing in this shot. It's the brightest thing in this shot. In my background, I purposefully put the white flowers in this container right here. Wait, you can't see my hand. There you go. The white flowers in there just to add a little accent and a little pop of color. You don't want anything that's too distracting in your background. You don't want anything that... Thanks for sharing, Florida. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so you don't want anything that's too bold and too distracting. All right, even if it's beautiful, it could be absolutely beautiful, but you don't want anybody staring at your beautiful lamp. You don't want people staring at whatever it is. It could have a little bit of interest, but the whole point is that you want the focal point to be you. Okay, you are the focal point. Now, let's talk about personal items in your video. Let's talk about personal items. All right. So you'll notice that I have a little, I don't know, doohickey, whatever they call those things, knickknacks, with the letter K on it. Okay, with the letter K, and you can see it there in the background. Very subtle. Did y'all notice that? Did you notice the K? Not so subtle. All right, so you'll notice that I have a letter K in the background. Of course, that stands for cat. And I put that there, but I put it in the background, right? Because again, I don't want that to be the focal point. It was subtle. Okay, very good. I'm so glad it was subtle. Hey, Lady Valda Brazil, thanks for coming in. Elite One, thank you, thank you. All right, so you see right there. So you can have a personal item. You can have something that speaks to your personality. That, hey, Faye, hey, Masters One, how are you? Thanks for coming. Hey, how are you guys? Hi. All right, so we're talking video. We are talking video today. Now, I'm talking about personal items in your shot. There's nothing wrong with having a little something, one item, one something that really speaks to who you are and having your personality there. Remember that in your online courses, your membership sites, any place where you have video, where of course you are not there live, you are talking to people who might know you and people who may not know you. So you want to have something that allows people to get to know you a little bit more, to get to see your personality and what is important to you and what kind of things that you may share in common. Because remember that video, the purpose of video is to help your audience connect with you. Okay? Your audience wants to connect with you. So sitting here in front of all of these books, what does this tell you? Does this tell you anything about me? Does it tell you anything at all? Does it give you any insight into who I am? Not so much the titles of the books, because you're not going to really see titles of the books that much, because remember, I don't want you to be distracted. So since I don't want you to be that very distracted, I'm not going to make the books so open. Bookworm, yes, absolutely. I love books. All of these books belong to me. I have several bookcases full of books. I love books. I love to read. I love to learn. And so there is sort of a message in my background. So you will actually see a lot of people use books in their background because, hey, it makes them look smarter, just like glasses. You know, they're like glasses. And like if you have the books and glasses, boom, booyah. Like I'm super smart now, right? I am super smart. But in my case, right, I actually do love books, and these are all my books, and I have many, many more books than this, right? And I actually do wear glasses. You too, Faye? Boom. Okay, so just remember that when you are creating your videos for your courses, for your online courses, that you are sending messages to your audience. So you want to make sure that everything in your background, everything in your foreground is sending the message that you want it to send, right? So I want to send the message that I care about this topic, that I am invested in this topic of course building, that I have books on the subject, that I went to school for it, that I am really invested in it. Please share please share this out. This is awesome information. Thank you so much, Florida, for reminding. Sometimes I forget to ask folks to share this out, straight out. Uh-oh, my phone is ringing. I'm sorry, I always forget to turn off my phone, so thank you guys. Okay, hopefully I'm back. Okay, so just keep that in mind, right? Oh, I was talking about color. I think I finished the color. So I was telling you that it's okay to have a pop of color, maybe like a shirt. Maybe you might have. Thank you for sharing, Alpha Rita. Thank you for sharing my post again. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate that. You guys share this out. Maybe some folks would love to know what to do so that they're not not doing it the right way, right? So you can actually hire a videography crew to come in and record your videos, right? You can do that, but if you're just starting out, it may not be in the budget for you to hire a videography crew. That might be one reason that you might want to do it yourself. The other reason is simply time. I know that for me, I record tons of videos, lots and lots of videos. So I don't have a lot of time. I need to be able to quickly and easily create videos, recreate them, really in my own home studio where I am. And this is one of the ways that I do it. All right. I set up my background. I set up my, whatever pop of color I'm going to have, whatever small emblem of my personality, which you can see back there is the letter K sitting back there. I make sure that, mostly what you're going to see is neutral colors. You see right here, what you're going to see is mostly neutral colors. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is lighting. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about lighting because, dark videos don't get seen. Okay. Somebody I don't know. That should be a tweet. I don't know. it's not a sexy tweet, but it's a true tweet. Okay. Dark videos don't get seen. All right. Do you batch or do you schedule them one at a time? Oh, okay, Faye, that's a great question. I definitely batch my videos. So I will do, a week's worth of like let's just say dark videos don't get seen. Thank you, Florida. So let's just say that I'm creating a course that is 4 weeks long or 6 weeks long, maybe 4 weeks long, right? I will create all of the videos for that 1 week in a day, right? I'll do all the videos for that week in a day. And then I can send it out for any editing that needs to be done. And while the videos are getting edited, then I can go ahead and record the next week's videos, maybe even the next day. So the question came up for me. Somebody asked me a question the other day about clothing in your video, and whether or not your clothes have to look the same in your video. Because you know how you'll see some videos where people will be wearing different outfits and the scenery will be different and that sort of thing. And it may look a little bit disjointed, but let me shed a little light on that. So it's okay if your clothing looks different from video to video. What you do want to avoid, though, is you want to avoid having a different background in every video. Okay, does that make sense? It's okay to have different clothes in your video, but you want to really avoid having a different background in every video, because that in itself can be a little distracting. Unless there's some exceptions to that, right? Unless the whole point of your training is to show you in different scenarios. Let me give you an example, and then I'll get back to the lighting thing. All right, so let's just say, Faye, in your case, let's just say that you are talking to emerging leaders about, hey, Andrea, hey, thanks for coming in. Let's just say that you are teaching an online course about how to behave or how to respond in a corporate setting to various scenarios. All right. So let's just say in one scene, your folks are in the cafeteria. Another scene, your folks are in the boardroom. Another scene, your folks are in the cubicle. So you can be in different places. All right. So that in that example, you're perfectly okay to have different clothes and different background, different scenery, right? But you don't want to have a different style of clothing. Okay. So if that's what you're doing, you want to have, like, if you're having on a suit, have a suit in each scene, okay? So that it can flow well. All right? So if your course is not about being in different locations like this, okay? So my background here with the bookshelf, if I want to wear different clothes, that's okay, but my background really kind of needs to be the same, unless I am oh, good, Florida. Unless I am recording all of my videos in one day, I can do that, or I can simply wear the same clothes for my video the next day so that it looks all the same. Okay. Either way you want to do it makes perfect sense. Okay. So now let me get back to this whole thing about the lighting. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let me get a little water. Okay. All right. So the lighting. Okay. Do I look fairly bright? On screen? Do I look like my lighting is fairly bright? Oh, good. You're playing around with the lighting. Okay, very good, Florida. I'm glad I could help. All right, so let's talk about this whole lighting thing, right? So right now, what you're seeing and what you normally see, if you ever catch me on Periscope, if you ever see me in the group, the lighting is good. Okay, very good. So I am using. I'm going to show you guys what I'm using. Let's see here if I can show you here. It's kind of bright, right? It's very, very bright. I am using what's called a box light. going to be kind of bright. Sorry, you guys. But this is a box light. And it has, it's a light, but it's got a box around it. And it diffuses the light, all right? So that it's not too, I can't move too much stuff because I got a whole bunch of stuff around here. But this is the box. So it's got the top, it's kind of big. The box is fairly big, but on the inside of it is a really bright bulb, all right? This bulb is super, super bright. And it is, this is a, this is a top lighting. I use several different kind, but I love this top lighting because I'm going to turn it off for just a minute. I know it just got dark because I want to show you something. So the top light I really like because it puts out a lot of light. Look how dark that is, right? See how dark it is in here now? It's broad daylight. Okay, 120 volts. Okay, this is a 120 volt, okay, 45W. Now, I don't know what that W stands for, but I do know what the 120 stands for, all right? And I love the 120 because, to me, it puts out a really nice, soft, bright light, okay? So, write that down. I'm going to put this light bulb back in if I can. It's kind of hot. All right, let's see here. All right, so that's a 120V 45W light. Okay. All right, there. I'm back light again. Okay, remember, dark videos don't get seen. Your light is always on point. Okay, awesome. So now your lighting can always be on point, okay? So I love the box light. Do you rather the box light or the Diva light? Okay, so let's talk about the difference. I'm glad you asked that, Faye. Let's talk about the difference between the box light and the Diva light, okay? So they have two different purposes, okay? That's where people get a little confused, all right? So with the box light, the purpose of and it sits up, it's adjustable. So you can adjust it up or down, and you can twist it so it can be any length that you want it, any height that you want it to be, okay, on the box light. The box light is designed to illuminate your video space, okay? I use Limo Studios. You can get it on Amazon. Go to Amazon.com, put in Limo Studios box lights, and a million of them will come up. You can get one, you can get two. Sometimes I use one light, sometimes I use two, depending on what I am doing and where I am, okay? And I'm going to get to your question in just a second, Faye. So right now, what you're seeing right here is just one box light. This is one box light, and it's not facing directly in my face because that would be just way too much, right? It would be too much. So I've got it sort of off to the side. All right, I've got it off to the side so it can still be kind of light, and you'll notice that this side of my face is a little bit brighter right over here, but still the entire space is bright, okay? So the purpose of the box light, okay, is to illuminate your space, okay? The purpose of the Diva light is really designed, it will provide you some light, but it's how that light is diffused, okay? How the light is diffused. The Diva light emits the light in such a way that it creates a really nice glow for around your face that really just sort of diminishes any kind of imperfections, you might say. So people love the Diva light because it really just makes your face glow, and it makes you look like you have perfect skin, which, hey, there is nothing wrong with that, okay? However, the purpose of the Diva light is not necessarily to light your space. Does that make sense? Am I making sense for you? All right, so it's how the light is diffused on your face in order to create a really attractive profile with your light, which is awesome. Awesome sauce, okay? Yeah, it's really great. However, if you are recording videos for your online courses, your membership site, however you're doing it, the Diva light that's not really the purpose of of it. Okay. Yeah. Yep. You can get Diva lights on Amazon. I think they're around $300. Yeah, you can get a Diva light. I think it's somewhere around $300. You can also get the kind that fits on your cell phone. You can get the kind that fits on your phone. It sits over your phone and you light it. And then that way, if you're, live streaming from your phone, then, you'll have it right there. But I like the box light because it's just more utilitarian to me. I can use it in a lot of different instances and, it works. And your box light is going to cost you, I don't know, between $30 and $50 or something like that. Really inexpensive on Amazon. All right. And I'll use 1 to 2 lights depending on what I'm doing. But this light puts out so much light. I only feel like I need one for right now. I only feel like I need one light. Yeah. Well, okay. What are you saying really to? Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you so much, Loretta. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Questions? Other questions? Faye, you said really, but thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the hearts. I'm not really sure what your question was or what you were saying really to. Faye. All right. So as you all are doing your videos, you want to keep in mind. All right. So just to wrap up, your background, your lighting, and your sound. Okay. Your sound. So here's what I want to say about your sound, and then we'll wrap up. Your sound definitely needs to be as clear as possible. If you are using your laptop in order to record, I suggest that you use an external microphone unless you have a great microphone on your laptop. Use an external mic like a Blue Yeti or, there are so many good ones out there, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on a microphone to have good quality one. But I like the Blue Yeti because it's not something that I have to wear. It's not a wearable. Have you guys seen my Blue Yeti? I think y'all have seen oh, here it is. This is a Blue Yeti. It's kind of big, but I really like this because it's a multi-directional microphone. All right. So what does that mean? What's a multi-directional microphone, and what does that mean? So a multi-directional microphone will allow you to pick up sound from different directions. So let's just say that you are interviewing someone. All right. So you got one person over here and you got you over here. You want a microphone that will pick up sound from the person who's sitting over there. If you're doing a podcast or something like that, or like I said, an interview, you can pick up sound from different places. I mean, this Blue Yeti, it picks up. You were thinking about this one? I love my Blue Yeti. I love it. It has great sound quality, and it's multi-directional, which I really like. I think the Blue Yeti is, depending on which one you get, I think it's around $200, I think. Yeah, I think the Blue Yeti is somewhere around a couple $100, I think, if I remember correctly. All right. So the thing is about your sound is you want to make sure that your sound quality is great, because remember that people may be listening to your video in their cars or wherever they are. And so you want to make sure that it is crisp and clean. You've been wanting to get that one. Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, they've got them on Amazon. You can get them at Best Buy. You can go to their website. Yeah. Blue Yetis are great. Is it, Faye? For how much? For how much is it on special for? What? Y'all better snatch that up. How much is the Blue Yeti on special for? I need to look it up. Oh, my battery went dead. I can't. Did my battery go dead? I got my computer over here. Oh, here it is. It's coming on. Yeah, let's see. Faye, can you tell us how much it's on special for? Mm-hmm. So you want to just make sure that your sound quality is good. Your light is good. Your background is good. And You're ready to roll. You're ready to rock and roll. Oh, give me a minute. Okay. And I might be able to look it up too, Faye. Let's see. No problem. I might be able to look it up too. Unless you get it up there before I do. Did you find it? Okay, hang on. I might be able to find it. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure I'm not missing you, Faye. Hang on. Okay, I'm on Amazon. Did you find the price? Okay, let me look. Okay, Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti microphone. What is the box light brand? It is Limo Studios. This is a Limo Studios light. Okay, the Blue Yeti. Looks like it's $159. Oh, look. This is cool. It's got, you can get the Blue Yeti microphone and the headphones and the pop filter for only $159. That is awesome sauce. Hey, Elaine. Hey, 1%. Now that is awesome sauce. You can get the blue microphones. You can get the headphones, the microphone, and the pop filter for only $159. That is pretty darn good. Alone, it's $128. Okay. Let me see here. It is only $159. Okay? I know. Faye, that is awesome sauce. So, y'all need to go ahead and grab that up. Y'all need to grab that up immediately. You're buying it today? Yeah. Yeah, that's one. That is one to get. Okay? That is one to get. Don't even play around with that, okay? So you want to make sure that your sound quality is good, your sound quality is high, your lighting is good, your background is good, and all that good stuff, okay? So we'll talk some more about your videos. We'll talk about scripting and what they need to sound like. I'll be talking about that as well as we talk more about technology that you're going to need for your courses, your membership sites, and the like, all right? All right, you guys, have an awesome rest of your day. I hope this was helpful for you. Those of you all catching this on the replay, don't forget, you can share this out. Share it out. You can share it out even after I am off, okay? All right, you guys, thanks so much. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Valda. Thank you, Florida. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, everybody. Kelly, all you guys who popped in, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.